Hello, good afternoon. It is nearly over. Game Week 18 deadline is an hour away. We can finally get it done. Look forward to Game Week 19, those beautiful double game weeks, as long as the matches are on, which of course they might not be, which might be a massive reason not to play your wildcard. Apart from I've played my wildcard, which could be a massive mistake. I've hit the button. There is no going back now. I actually hit the button just before I came on live. Mostly so I could get the screenshot for Twitter. I probably should have just saved it and to actually do it on stream. But it is what it is. It could be really bad now. It could be really bad. By the way, the FPL site was down just a second ago. It's down again. Oh my god, it's down again. The FPL site is down. What the hell? Hang on. I need to tweet this. Get those transfers unlocked. Free wild cards for all. Anyone remember that season when the FPL site went down in Game Week 1 and everybody in Game Week 2 got free wild cards? I'm going to need another wild card right now, straight after this. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got a bit distracted because the FPL site was down again. It's obviously having problems. It must be overloaded. There must be so many people trying to free hit wildcard and stuff. I literally can't do anything. So I can show you my screen here. So I'm on the FPL site here because I've not refreshed it. But on my other screen, it's down. Connection failure. I'm telling you right now, it's down. Okay, maybe it's not for everyone, but it's down for me. This is bad. This is bad. It's not working. I'm on the other screen. I can't get it to work. I bet if I click transfers now... Yeah, look. It's unavailable. I literally can't make transfers. Brilliant. What a good stream this is. Maybe it's not for everyone. Maybe it's just my internet. But... Oh my god, this is ridiculous. It's a good job my team is pretty much locked in. I can't even bring it back up. Oh my god. There must be so many people free hitting or wildcard in this week. I mean, mostly free hitting. Greg, which two? Wilson, Laka, Regulon, also is Cancelo worried. I'm not too worried about Cancelo, but I guess on a free hit, if you've got no bench, you might worry a bit. I think he'll play. I think Laka and Wilson. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. This is ridiculous. If I can't get in, what the hell am I supposed to do? Oh my god, I can't change my wildcard. I'm gonna be petitioning for a free wildcard for all. Can I get on the app? But the problem is I can't show the app on the phone. It's nothing to do with how many apps I got open. It's just it's gone on my phone as well. I don't use the app. I don't even have the app downloaded. It's rubbish. Okay, I get it. For some people it's working, but as you can quite plenty of people replying that it's not working for them either. I don't know what to say. I can't check anything. Anyway, let's see what questions are coming first, because some of you are going to be able to make changes. I've used my phone, it's fine. I'd have to download the app. They're going to have to get, I can't make my changes to my freaking wildcard. Need a free wildcard after this. It's the only thing, surely. I'm active on the wildcard. I literally, imagine if I hadn't clicked the button until I went live, I would not be able to activate my wildcard. I'd have 30 or 40 points worth of hits. I'd be going nuts. I'd be going nuts. Son or Rashford, Leno or Areola. I mean, 100% not the Fulham keeper. Antonio or Wood. Well, I mean, Wood this week, Antonio for Game Week 19. Son or Rashford, Rashford for me. Rashford for me. Give it 5 minutes, it's working. But the problem is, it's going to keep going up and down. I need to get it loaded on this screen. So okay, we're back up. We're back up. Here we go. So look, wildcard active. Let's just get this out of the way. So it is definitely active. I'm not clickbaiting as like to say yesterday. I was always thinking about it. I may not have done it today, but I decided it was the right choice. Best midfielder under 7.5. I mean, that's a big, broad question for what? For this week? For next week? Under 70.5 for this week. I quite like Neto, Smith Rowe, Saka. Saka would probably be my number one. If it's for Game Week 19, it's a bit different. So I guess it depends. Damn. FPL site down. Okay. You've not clicked the wildcard button. I mean, do you know what? I'm not even going to say you should have done that because I didn't do it until about 10 minutes ago. You're so pixelated. Yeah, look, my internet's rubbish. Like, it's going to be rubbish. But there is signs of better internet coming. Now, I know I've said that before, and I don't want to go into too many details, but I'm way more confident this time than I was last time. So hopefully this lag will be a thing of the past in the next month or so. And I know I've already said that before. There's literally people outside my house working on it, right? It's got to be coming this time. If they do work in the estate again and I still don't get it, I will go absolutely nuts. But I'm telling you, this time, it's a big possibility we'll have fibre soon. When we do, we'll be having a party. We'll be having an absolute party on stream. So just bear with me with the lag for another month or so. And I'll do a giveaway or something when we finally get fibre, just to say thanks for sticking with me, all right? I know it sucks, but it's there. I can't change it. But eventually it'll be gone. I hope. Holden or Clark? Holden for sure. I don't really want to. I wouldn't, unless you have to. I wouldn't go for Newcastle defence. I don't think. Not fancy Bobby Reed over Chris Wood. Nah, I don't really fancy anyone from Fulham's fixtures are so bad. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Chris Woods are not much better, right? Granted, but Chris Wood's underlying numbers are quite good. Like, he's a striker that usually gets 10 plus goals a season for the last 3. So there's goals coming, you know. Maybe not for the next 2 game weeks, granted. Should I go Lacazette or Martial for a 1-week punt? I mean, I feel like Martial is a bit more of a punt because everyone seems to be going for Lacazette. I like the idea of going for Martial. I don't think Burnley defence is all that great. Not that Crystal Palace is better. I think Martial is the puntier. But Lacazette's also going to be quite low owned from people not free hitting as well. Foden or Gundogan just this week? I think I'd go Gundogan. I think I'm much more hopeful that he would start. And his numbers are quite good recently. So if you're going to go for one, I'd probably go for Gundogan. Buying David De Gea and Martin as a wildcard, is it okay or too expensive? So it is quite... I don't know if you're asking for yourself or for me. It's quite expensive, but I think one thing you have to realise for... I haven't updated my ranking stuff on the top bar. One thing you've got to realise with a wildcard is you pretty much want to bench boost. And for me, I probably should go through my team in a minute, but... I think for me, I want to keep Martinez, but once you keep Martinez, you need a player that's playing, a goalie that's playing this week and next week. So it's really David De Gea, Edison, there's no way he's coming in, or Areola. So I've gone for David De Gea. I don't think going David De Gea to Areola really opens up too many big moves for me. Really, it would let me do Holding to Tierney, but I don't think that's worth switching for. So that's why I'm going for both. It's quite expensive, but the long-term strategy would be to downgrade De Gea to a 4 million, get 1.3 million back, and just have Martinez long-term. I only paid 4.7 for Martinez. I can take a -12 to get a team that I'm pretty happy with, actually fairly close to wildcard. Worth it to save the wildcard chip. I guess it depends on the players. A -12 is not the end of the world. It depends how many other issues you've still got to clear up. Like, I looked at -12s, but I would still have players I wanted to move on. So, yeah. Any reason you decide against having... I missed that question. One fodder. One bench fodder, is it? Having at least one bench fodder to save transfers later on. Yeah, because I want a bench boost. That's it, basically. I want a bench boost. Like, I could do Wan-Bissaka to Loughton, for example, but... I think I do need to kind of try and roll a transfer as soon as possible. It's not happening in Game Week 19. It may not even happen in Game Week 20. And the internet's gone. It's about to fully collapse and then come back. Oh, I don't get it. Why is it so bad today? One of the reasons it's bad is because all the kids are off school. So lots of people using the internet at home. Not here, but like in general. Anyway, my internet worries. Thoughts on Gundogan for this week only. Again, if it's a punt and you want to go for an attacker, I don't even know if Sterling's a better option than Gundogan right now. So as a punt, I just don't hate it at all. He seems to be getting forward. He was rested in the cup. Happy days. IWTFB, free hit, Lloris, Wan-Bissaka, Saiz, Cancelo, Son, Saka, De Bruyne, Bruno, Foden, Laka, Kane, Button, Holding, or 4-4-2, Holding and Foden to Tierney and Gundogan. Holding and Foden to Tierney and Gundogan. Yeah, I think Tierney and Gundogan is better than Holding and Foden. I think Gundogan's definitely going to play and Tierney's definitely better than Holding. De Bruyne or Sterling, De Bruyne, Lindelof or Lascelles, Lindelof, easy I think that is. Lost. New addition to the FPL Dream Game alongside Antonio, and I got Calvert-Lewin for 7 million. We need to add a shot for I'll have fibre soon. I know, but this time, I'm telling you, there's people, literally, I went to walk the dog earlier, in between videos and stuff. There's someone, like, I can't even tell you how close to my house they were. That is the difference. Last time they did work in the estate, they didn't really come too close to the house, and I'll tell the story when we finally get it, but kind of got screwed over a bit. And now they're here. They're right outside the house. It's only a matter of time. I've had assurances from people, right? And I'll tell you who when we finally get it. Oh, I'm so hopeful. But yeah, you're right. Until it's here, I can just only apologise for my awful internet. Surely Martinez has COVID, catches everything. Possibly, yeah. I like that joke. Gora for the misses. Laka or Rashford? Who scores more this week? Lots of people are looking between Lacazette and Rashford. I think I prefer Rashford, but I don't think there's much in it. I think they're quite close. Rashford's the midfielder. Happy days. Simon, play 10 men with Son or 11 with Rashford and Sice for -4. 10 men with Son, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think Sice is quite good this week. If it fits in with your long-term strategy, I think the -4 is okay. As long as you want Sice long-term. If you don't, I'd just stick with Son. Areola or Ramsdale for Game Week 18. Can't afford another keeper. I'd go Ramsdale. I think he's got more chance of a clean sheet. Fulham's underlying numbers have been pretty good recently, but I think I can't imagine Spurs not scoring in that game. Sice or Neto, clean sheet against Everton without Calvert-Lewin. I mean, I'd always go with the attacker, but I do like Sice this week. Sure, Bailly or Lindelof if I can't afford Wan-Bissaka. I think Lindelof is the safest option. I'm not sure Bailly is gonna start. Midfielder under 7.5 for the next 3 game weeks. I mean, if you need them to play this week, it really has to be someone like Neto or Saka. Right? That's really it if you need them to play this week. I don't think there's too many others I've kind of forgotten about. Smith Rowe, I don't know. Matthew, thank you. Short, yeah, I've done that one. Leader of the opposition to hold against Burnley. I hope so. Cavani, Son, Foden, or Jesus, Rashford, and Dombele. Oof. I think the first one. No guarantee Cavani starts, but he could do. Who do you think will score more, Laka or Martial? I feel like everyone just thinks it's biased if I go for Man United, but I think Martial. I think the Man United, I think Crystal Palace game's a bit easier, but if Man United can score early against Burnley, I think it'll be open-ish. Not that open, but I think if they can score early, there's a chance for like 2 or 3, and I think Martial will be front and centre for that. So I think I prefer Martial just about. Okay, is the FPL site still out? Okay, the FPL site seems to be working pretty smoothly now. That's a shame because I wanted another free wildcard. I wanted a free wildcard, to be honest. I should just quickly go through my team, right? So I did this in the video earlier. So for anyone that saw the video earlier, right, you already kind of know this, but Chris Wood kind of has to be in there to get through 18 and 19. He's not the most ideal pick, but he's got 3 fixtures, right? So that's why he's in there. I could put Watkins in there and he'd have a double game week next week that's potentially slightly better than Chris Wood, and then he's got better fixtures afterwards. But I think long term Chris Wood's not in my plan, so I don't mind having him. The only other option I've thought about is this. So I can switch David De Gea to Areola. One of these two really has to be in the side. Holding would go to Reguilon or Dyer, doesn't matter who. And Kane would just go straight to Antonio. So I'm getting Antonio next week anyway, right? It's worth saying that. So I'd have Antonio for game week 19 regardless. And then Souček could change to Rashford. So this team is better, I think, for this week. So Areola, Reguilon, Rashford and Antonio in for De Gea, Holding, Souček and Kane. But it doesn't. The only way to get Salah in game week 19 would be to take out Rashford and Son. If I want Salah, that is. And then get Rafinha or Saka. Sorry, I can't get Saka. Sorry, it'd be Rafinha or Souček. I could do that, and then if I don't want to go for Salah, I can just do Reguilon and Saka to Chilwell and Souček and just keep Rashford. So it does give me options. Actually, now I think about it, is that the better way around? Yeah, but then I don't have David De Gea. That's what I don't like. I don't like having a Fulham goalkeeper. But I could basically do this. This would be the team for Game Week 18. So I'd have 2 Man United attackers instead of 2 defenders. And then in Game Week 19, I would just put in Chilwell, who still hasn't gone down in price, by the way. Something's wrong here. Yeah, Salah wouldn't be in. And then I'd put in Rafinha. I can't put in Rafinha now, so I'd put in Souček here. But I'm without Salah, and I just don't think I can go for Salah, for no Salah. I just don't think I want to take the risk. So with this team, I can just do Son and Kane to Salah and Antonio, and have the money to do Saka to Grealish if I want to. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think there's any other way. I've looked so much at this now. I don't think there's any other way I really want to kind of try and play it. So we'll see. Have I considered selling Bamford, as Leeds probably won't have a double game at 19? Very briefly. I don't want to do that because they've still got a good fixture in 19. And like, who else has a better double game week for the same price? Maybe Watkins, but we don't even know if he'll definitely play both. And plus, I got Bamford cheap and I want him long term. So selling him is not really an option for me. Wilson or Wood if I'm wildcard. Well, I mean, Wood gets you the extra fixtures. So it depends how long you have to hold on to him. Maybe if you have to hold on to him longer, Wilson's potentially slightly better, but I don't think Chris Wood is that bad. Chris, I have Wilson, Antonio and Bamford up front for both 18 19. Should I be happy with that, or would you swap one or more out? I mean, that's just personal preference, isn't it, really? I don't know how many other Game Week 18 players you got. Like, I've seen teams with Chris Wood, Antonio and Bamford, so Wood instead of Wilson. You've got Wilson instead, who can still get 11 out. So I don't think it hugely matters. That looks fine. Like, you can still get 11 by playing 4-5-1. I'm just doing it 4-4-2 instead. Tierney instead of Holding because he's too expensive. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Percy Tau for 5.5 is not bad. I know, but what's his use? He's playing against Man City, no good. He's 5.5, he's not a bench option. I probably wouldn't go there. Sice or Dyer? I think I'd go for Sice if it's free hit. What's wrong if you to captain De Bruyne and not Kane Son? I just think that's a better game. I still don't trust Spurs, even though they scored so many goals, Kane and Son. And I think Fulham will be a harder game than Brighton will be for City. Thoughts on Gabriel Jesus? As a 1 week punt, I like it. If you've got the money to go for Jesus instead of Gundogan or Foden or Mahrez, I like it. He hasn't done well when he's played, like recently. I think he went through like 3 games without a single shot on target or something crazy like that. And he is back from injury, which is a bit of a worry. But as a 1 week punt, I quite like it. Carlos E, how's it going? Wildcard team: Martinez, Leno, Dallas, Wan-Bissaka, Diaz, Cancelo, Sufal, Fernandes, De Bruyne, Sanch, getting Salah and Antonio for 19. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, you've got Leno. Obviously, he's only got 1 game. But from what I've seen, it's very difficult to get to 19 with complete set of 15 double game weekends. If Villa were playing, it'd be much easier. So, yeah, Diaz Cancelo looks decent. Looks pretty decent, that. Free hit, Laka and Smith Rowe, making Smith Rowe my first, or Rashford a non-playing forward. Making Mitchell. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the plain sub. Maybe that's a stupid thing to say with the way things are going. I would just decide whether Rashford or Lacazette is better and then worry about the extra money. If you think Rashford's better, I would just go for that. Do I think Tau could do well for Brighton? Maybe, but I mean, are we really looking... I get why people are looking to do something different on a free hit, but surely it's not Tau against Man City. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't get the appeal personally. What's the logic behind De Bruyne over Kane for captain? I just think he's going to score more points. I just think that Brighton game is going to be more open than the game versus Fulham. That's it. They're both on penalty, so the Kane doesn't have that advantage. It's probably quite close, to be honest, but I prefer De Bruyne. De Bruyne was always going to be my captain this week. I think the only way it would change is if Spurs got like West Brom at home or something like that. Saka in for Greens for a -8 and 7 players. For a -8 and 7. I mean, if you've definitely decided to do that, then yeah, go for it. But obviously, it depends whether you want Grealish long term. You'd probably lose some money on him, so take that into account. Would you rather have Rashford, Dyer... God, my throat is killing. I've done so many videos today. Would you rather have Rashford, Dyer and Holding, or Lacazette, Regular and Tierney? Probably the second lot. What I would say is, right, on these free hit teams, the decisions people are making, they're like... In realistic terms, the difference in points is going to be so low. Like, most people are choosing double or triple City. Sorry, triple City, double or triple on Arsenal, Spurs, Man United. Whichever way you play around with it, you're probably not going to see a huge amount of difference. Like Rashford, Dyer and Holding, or Lacazette, Reguilon, Tierney. Probably the second, because I just think the two defenders are much better, and there's probably not a huge amount between Lacazette and Rashford, but realistically, it's probably going to be minimal difference. Kane and Wilson or Martial and Lacazette for free hit. I think Kane and Wilson. Excuse me, hang on. Oh, my throat is so sore. What would you change? What change would you make in your team for a 1.5 million cheaper budget? I like that's so difficult to say. That's so difficult to say because I've just given it no thought. I mean, Kane or Son would have to go. So Kane to Lacazette probably, or something like that, or Kane to Martial. I'd probably keep one of the Spurs boys, and it's probably easier to keep Son. So yeah, probably one of the Spurs boys out. I don't think you can really get 1.5 million from the rest. Am I sure Stones starts? I mean, I hope he is. Yeah, I think Stones, Cancelo, and Diaz are about as nailed as it's going to get. Cancelo, Diaz probably a little bit better, but I think Stones is fine. Mario, Martial, or Tierney and Cavani? Probably Tierney and Cavani. I'm not sure. Yeah, Tierney and Cavani. I don't know who's going to start between Cavani and Martial. There's a lot of journalists that seem to think Cavani will start. It could be that Martial, Cavani, and Rashford all start with Fernandes in behind. I think Tierney and Cavani, if you want to take a bit of a punt. I don't know. It's free hit with Leno, Diaz, Wan-Bissaka, Sam Neto, Saka, Joe Linton. I mean, I'm not sure about Joe Linton. I wouldn't back too many players in Newcastle, Sheffield United. Joe Linton's the only player that stands out. The rest looks fine to me. If you've got no money to replace him, then go with it, I guess. I'm trying out your wildcard, and my team value doesn't seem to be enough. I can either do Cancelo and Lindelof or Wan-Bissaka and Diaz. Which is better? I mean, Wan-Bissaka and Diaz is probably absolutely nailed, but I think Cancelo and Diaz probably get you more points. Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, can't afford Maguire. I go Wan-Bissaka for surety of starts. Leno, Forster, McCarthy isolating. Yeah, but McCarthy will probably be back once he's fit, right? Stones, Cancelo, Wan-Bissaka so far. Bench boost. I mean, bench boost obviously you're not doing until next week. If Forster's playing, that looks like an okay bench boost. Yeah, I mean, Saka obviously got one game, but he's playing against Newcastle. If the season ends today, who'd be on your wall? Maybe Calvert-Lewin, but Dallas has been a legend too. Between those two, I think. Marzeng, thanks very much. Fabio Silva, a decent punt. For the price, he's not a bad punt. You could go for a Sheffield United attacker instead of a Goldrick or someone, but if you wanted to go for a massive punt, I think Silva's probably right up there for the price in the forward line. Obviously, he is quite... If you were playing 3-4-3, you could go 3-5-2 at Gundogan instead or something like that. Stones or Cancelo nailed. I mean, they're not... I wouldn't say they're as nailed as Diaz, but they're pretty nailed, right? So I'm quite happy with both. Saka and Ziyech or Pulisic and Smith Rowe on a wild card. Oof. I think Saka and Ziyech is probably... I don't know. I think Saka is just better than Smith Rowe and probably... I don't see either of them not starting, to be honest, but I'd want Pulisic and Saka. Can you not make that work? I think Saka and Ziyech if I had to. Mohamed Amer, thanks for the tier, the membership there. Thoughts on this free hit team? Leno, Cancelo, Holgate. I'm not sure. Holgate and Luka Dean. I'm not sure about backing two Everton defenders. That seems a bit much. I'm not sure they'll keep a clean sheet, but backing two. I mean, if it works, it's huge. Cavani and Benteke. Benteke against Arsenal. Not saying he can't score, but I think that's the two positions I'd be a bit wary out. Cavani would he definitely start, Benteke and double Everton. Free hit or wildcard with 4 big players for 18, 12 for 19. Free hit. This is one of those questions like you're just going to have to think of your own team. Like it's very difficult. Free hit or wildcard with 4 big players for 18, 12 double game week for 19. If free hit taking a minus 12 to get 14 or minus 12 not needed, bringing in De Bruyne, Cancelo so foul. I mean, if the wildcard stops you taking massive hits and you get pretty much the same team, I'd possibly wildcard. Obviously, there's risks with the wildcard. I've said this all along. Like, it's not this perfect strategy. It could kill me later on. I get to a position where my team is awful. I have to take multiple hits to get it right, and I'm going to look like an idiot. But if it stops you taking a minus 12 right now and you get a decent amount of double game weekers, that seems pretty decent. But it's hard to know without seeing the whole team. Like, A and B questions are much easier to answer on this. Okay, let me see what's going down. Play 4-4-2 and play Cancelo or go 3-5-2 with Neto. I probably prefer Cancelo, I think. De Bruyne, Stones, DS, or one City defender and KDB with Gundogan or Foden. I would go Gundogan if I was going for a second attacker out of those two. I think defender versus attacker, it depends which defender you put in, right? I think the double defence just looks so good. I'd probably go that way. Can't afford Wood, 5.8 in the bank. Who's the next best? I mean, playing this week, you've got Silva and McGoldrick, but they're not necessarily great options. I mean, Rodrigo, but he doesn't play this week. And he may only play once next week. Harrison, Stones, or Dallas and Gundogan. Harrison and Stones, I think. If you were to have one City defender, would you pick Cancelo or Diaz? Probably Diaz. I'd really want Cancelo, but I think I would go Diaz just for absolute safety. I wouldn't want to have one City defender and they don't play. What's left in the bank? 0.6 million. Wildcard is active, yeah. De Gea, Tierney, Reguilon, Maguire, Fernandes, Saka, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Sterling. Yeah, looks fine. Most are standard players. I think like, you go and look at all the free hit teams. They're all pretty standard. They're all covering the same teams. There's no big misses there, I don't think. Holding or Dyer. I think I'll go Dyer. I don't see Fulham scoring. No Leicester consideration for the double. Not really. I'd only want Vardy. Very tricky to get him in unless I don't go for Salah. It's a possibility next week, but I don't see it. Tierney or Wan-Bissaka for 18 and 19. Wan-Bissaka, 3 games, job done. I'm free hitting, so may as well go all out with Jesus, Martial, Silva. At the end of the day, if we ain't having fun, why play? If you're having fun, that's all that matters. Pickford and Cancelo or Darlow and Stones. Pickford and Cancelo, I think, just about. Everton versus Wolves, yeah. FPL Tipson said on Twitter, having Darlow is risky. Why? Just because Bruce has kind of been bigging up the fact that he's got 2 really good goalkeepers. For what it's worth, I would probably go... I think Darlow will start, but I guess if you can afford to go for someone else, or even if it's Leno, I'd probably just do that instead, to be honest. How can Cancelo, Tierney and Stone... How can Cancelo, Tierney and Stones or Holden and Diaz? Tierney and Stones is better for this week. Holden and Diaz potentially better long term because you've already got money out of Holden. See this stuff. Cancelo or Wilson? I always like backing the attacker, so probably Wilson. But I would want Triple City, so make of that what you will. So, would you ever have a dog with a cat's personality or a cat with a dog's personality? Oh, that's a great question. Could be here for a while. That I mean, you know, I used to be a cat man, and now I'm a dog person. So, I guess you want the cat with a dog's personality, right? But dogs are better. Sorry to say, don't want to start a whole thing here. McGoldrick or Martinez to Meslier and buy Watkins. McGoldrick or Martinez to Meslier and buy Watkins. I don't get that question, to be honest. McGoldrick or Martinez, they play in different positions. Then Meslier and buy Watkins. Oh, McGoldrick or Martinez to Meslier and then buy Watkins. Okay. I mean, if it's just for this week, I'd just get McGoldrick. Long term, I'd definitely want Watkins. But we don't know when he's going to be available. Free hit. Reguilon and Wilson or Clark and Laka. Reguilon and Wilson, I think. So far, Holding. I mean, Holding for this week, so far for next week. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have to bring him in this week, they've both got 2 fixtures over the next 2, so I'd probably just go for Holding. Saka or Gundogan or Foden on free hit. I would want Triple City, so Gundogan. Do you think Richarlison's worth a punt? My only worry about Richarlison is Ancelotti did say he wasn't 100% sure if he'd be available. He probably will be, but we don't know. So if you're confident he'll start, then I like him as a punt. He's on penalties, of course, but I'll be a bit wary. Do I think Lindelof's going to start? I do, yeah. Looking to transfer Holden for him as my 3rd defender for my free hit team. What do you think? I think Lindelof will start. He's trained, I think, so he should be fine. I don't think Bailly's going to be ready, so Lindelof looks good. Have Lloris, Tierney or Reguilon for this week? Tierney. I'd probably spread it across if you've got no other Arsenal defender. What are my thoughts on Tozen? He's probably going to start, but I don't necessarily think he's worth a place in our team. Although, how much is he? Is he like punt level? Or is he over 6? 6 million? Yeah, it could be worth a punt. I'm not really sure about it myself, but if you want to go differential, Calvert-Lewin's not playing, so he should play. No free hit. I have 6 players with De Bruyne, Bruno and Kane. Okay, if you're okay with it, then it's okay. I think anyone that's going for like 5, 6, 7 players, even if you've got the main ones covered off, you're probably going to get some kind of red arrow, but that shouldn't put you off doing it because you've obviously got the advantage. You've still got the chips left, so that should bring you more points later on in the season. So I wouldn't go into it with like 6 or 7 and then be annoyed when you get a red arrow, but it doesn't mean that it's the wrong play. Dallas or Justin to Stones long term. I feel like all season we've been saying that Justin's going to lose his place soon. It just hasn't happened. I think Leicester is the better defensive team, but Dallas is so attacking. Justin is probably the one you should keep. But I love Dallas. Son or Rashford already have Kane, Neto or Saka. Saka for me. Son or Rashford. I think I'd go for Rashford. I'm only going for Son because it just works better for my wildcard team. Wildcard. Son, Kane, De Bruyne, Bruno. Also, do you think Holden's a really good bench is worth it now going forward? A really good bench is worth it now going forward. I don't know about really good bench. I'm only doing this because I would bench boost. If I wasn't bench boosting, I would just have a regular cheap bench, to be honest, still. I mean, I've got all those players and I'm going De Bruyne captain, so there you go. When free hit, when I press the make transfer button, will there be a free hit option? Yes. It will say confirm the transfer a hit, or do you want to confirm them for a free hit or wildcard? Wan-Bissaka or Tierney just for this week? I don't know. I want a Man United defender, I think. Tierney's obviously been so good recently. That's why everyone's looking at him. But I still rather back Man United defence. -8 for 8 players, saving free hit, Cancelo, missile hurt. Nice, good luck. Aubameyang, toes and a punt for this week. They are punts indeed, yeah. I'd rather go for Aubameyang. I do think it's harder to get Aubameyang now with the Spurs rearrangement. Toes and maybe. I think Wolves' defence will be alright though. If Richarlison was to miss out and no Calvert-Lewin, I think it's going to be tough for Everton. Watkins or Bamford for 19? Bamford, I would say. Why don't you go for Fabio Silva instead of Wood? Has more potential score and has a good fixture in 19. That will give you more to spend elsewhere. Yeah. Yes, it could do. It's a bit of a punt as well, I suppose. But it's 2 games instead of 3, right? The thing with Chris Wood is his numbers are always very good. Like, he always has good underlying numbers. Like, he's 0.41 expected goals per 90, which is decent. I think in the last 4 or 6 weeks, he's top for expected goals, non-penalty. The goals will come eventually. Granted, having to play Liverpool and Man United as 2 of the next 3 is not ideal. Don't get me wrong. But like, if you go on like Rate My Team or anything like that on Fantasy Football Scout, Wood will probably be the top for 6.5 million over the next 2. Like Fabio Silva, I'm just not sure I kind of trust him enough yet. Like, he's no Raul Jimenez. Go out Stones and Fabio Silva first sub in case of non-starters, or Diaz and Davis Fodder with Brewster and Mitchell, own Cancelo. I would just go for Stones. I don't think between Stones and Diaz there's that much of a difference. Of course, if Diaz went and got a goal, it'd be a killer, but I'll probably just go for Stones in that case. De Bruyne captain over Son. Why? I just think that game is just going to be quite open. I think Brighton are going to come out and want to play, and that will just play straight into City's hands. And also, Brighton are missing some key players like Lamptey. And so I think it's a good time. I think Man City are just on the up right now in terms of attack. I just don't trust Son and Kane with a captain's armband just yet. Not against Fulham. I did against Leeds, but I just knew there'd be goals in the Leeds game. Pope, Wan-Bissaka, Diaz, Cancelo, De Bruyne, Bruno, Saka, Rashford, Lacazette, Wilson, bench, Souček, Sofal, Chilwell, Martinez. So you've got no goal. Oh no, you've got Pope for this week. Yeah, Watford, Areola or Pope. I mean, Pope. They both got 2 games. I mean, but the problem is Burnley's fixtures are not very good after the double. Neither Areola's, but he's cheaper. So I think I probably would go Pope out of the 2 for the next couple of weeks, but I wouldn't want to have to hold him long term. On a wildcard, reluctant to take out Dallas for Wan-Bissaka bench boost 19. Yeah, fair enough. You don't have to. Louis B. Neto and Stones or Reguilon and Gundogan. I think Wolves might do okay against Everton. I'd probably go Neto and Stones. And Jubish, thanks. Tommy, thanks. Nick, thanks. Neto midfield or go for United defender. I think I'd rather just play 3 at the back this week. I don't think the defence is that good. You have to play like 4, so I'd probably go Neto. Pawnart, thank you for becoming the member. Natasha, thank you very much. Aaron, just took a 28-point hit accidentally. If I play the wildcard, will the transfer become free? Yes, if you play the wildcard or the free hit, it cancels all your transfers. Free hit backline. Sice, Cancelo, Tierney and Shaw. 4-5-1. Whole middle will play Saka only. Risk Kane at top, only playing subs, Bruce Stones for size. Oh, Stones for size. I wouldn't swap Stones for size just to have less money, but yeah, I think that looks good. If you want to back Sice, go for it. I personally, I would always want to try and get triple city on this free hit, but if you want to back Sice, do it. Neto and Lacazette or Rashford and Wilson. Again, not a huge amount in it really. I'd probably go for Rashford and Wilson. Chelsea bad form over. I think Chelsea are just a good team. I don't think they're going to consistently play like they have been and not scoring. Pulisic over Son maybe for 19, but obviously over the next 2 weeks, Son has 2 fixtures, so does Pulisic. So, and Son's a Fulham and Sheffield United away, so it's pretty good. I feel like you can trust Son a bit more than Pulisic. But he did get rested in the cup, I think, so he should be fine. Colin, Martial, Rashford for a free hit. Rashford, I've said that all along. Martial's 3-3 at Turf Moor. I know, but Rashford, midfielder, extra point for the goal, clean sheet, etc. I think I do think Martial will start because he got arrested in the FA Cup, but I would probably go Rashford. Which Newcastle defender would you go for? Probably, well, goalkeeper I expect, Darlow, but maybe Clark. Or even Yedlin, actually. I think Yedlin's been playing recently. Let me just double check. I can't even remember if he's been in the team the whole time. Let me have a look. Old Yedlin, where are you? Yeah, Yedlin's played the last 4. You could go for him, but otherwise Clark, I think. Or just don't go for Newcastle, I guess. Kane, Son, Bruno, or Kane. Oh, Kane, Son, Bruno, or Kane, Rashford, Bruno. So basically, Son versus Rashford. I think I'd rather go double. I would rather go double Man United attack than Spurs, I think. Obviously, there's always the risk with not going double Spurs because the ownership's so high, but I try not to let yourself worry about that. Leno, Darlow, Wan-Bissaka, Stones, Cancelo, Holding, Kieran, Saka, Rashford, Traore, Kane. I like Traore, punt, nice. Free hit comments. I don't know about Wood. I think I'd rather go for Wilson on a free hit. Otherwise, I like the rest. I like the Traore punt. Am I free hitting a wild card? I'm wild carding. Gundogan or Tierney, Saka or Tierney. Wait, what? I guess, yeah, Gundogan out of all them. Ariel and Tierney or Holden and David De Gea. Have Wan-Bissaka. Holden and David De Gea, I think. Mo Rage, Callum Wilson, captain punt. I mean, that's a massive punt. I don't think he's a great captain option, but if you want to go for a differential punt, go for it. Kane, Son, Bruno, or Rashford captain. Bruno, I think, with Kane close behind. There's so many questions about like just small little differences on the free hit. I think you can definitely give yourself a massive headache if you're just constantly trying to work around the same 3 positions for different players. Again, like if at this point you're 23 minutes from the deadline, just get it locked in. Like whether it's like, I don't know, Tierney and Rashford or Lacazette and Wan-Bissaka, it's not a huge amount of difference, you know. You said you favour the attacker, so why double City defence? Because I'm wildcarding, there's a difference. I messaged you on Let's Talk FPL Instagram. I mean, I could look. It depends what it's about. I'll probably have to look after this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it right now. It just says, that's my wildcard team for the bank, and I swapped Wilson and Leno for Fabianski and Manford. That sounds fine, but I can't see the picture. Oh, it's there now. Yeah, looks pretty solid. You've already got Antonio in place. I think that's you anyway. I think I've got the right person. It sounds like you've got a good transfer plan. Will Leeds keep their double game week? We don't know. We don't know if they'll keep their double game week. We're not going to find out probably till after the deadline, which is hugely frustrating, but it is what it is, right? Let me just check. Okay, the site's still up. De Bruyne captain, Fernandez vice. I need to check I've got this locked in. I've got my bench absolutely locked in. Absolutely locked in. I should really play all the bench players because that really annoys people, but I won't because it annoys people too much and I can't be bothered to hear about it for the next few days. The great thing is, once this is all over, we've got another deadline on Saturday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Boom, straight into Saturday. Pickford or Leno? I have a feeling that Pickford will stop a penalty. That's such a, like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's such a niche reason. Like, first of all, you're hoping that Wolves get a penalty, and then you're hoping that Pickford stops it. It's such like a, I don't know, like a not unlikely thing to happen. But do you know what I mean? That's a big hunch call that or a gut feeling call that there might be a penalty and then Pickford might stop it. He is a good shot stopper for penalties. I'll go Leno. Sice and Cancelo or Stones and Cancelo. Stones and Cancelo, I think. Don't have enough for Rashford. 8 million for a midfielder. James, James Rodriguez or McTominay. Probably not McTominay. James Rodriguez maybe, but with Calvert-Lewin and potentially Richarlison out, puts him down for me. You could go for a punt on Traore, Neto, Saka, something like that instead. What are your thoughts on Pogba for this week or any other 8 million player? I don't know if it's definite that Pogba will start. So again, you're a bit like the question above. I'd probably look at Neto, Traore, Saka, someone like that. Don't worry about spending the whole lot, I guess. Excuse me. I can't wait to give my throat a rest after this. If Pogba starts, by the way, he's a pretty good option. But I'd probably go. Neto, I think. Foden or Gundogan. Will Foden start? Maybe, but I wouldn't like to call it. I wouldn't like to put any money on it. I'm on a free hit. I have Neto in. Could swap Neto for Saka and upgrade Newcastle defender to Mega Mind Eric Dyer. Cheers, Alan. I have Neto in could swap Neto for Saka and upgrade Newcastle defender to Dyer. Saka and Dyer is probably better than Neto and Newcastle defender, I'd say. Are we overlooking Zaha? Yes. I mean, literally yes. But is that a bad thing? Probably not. He could do well. He's probably one of the only players from Palace that would slightly tempt me, but I wouldn't be that bothered. Dyer and Saka or Tierney and Smith Rowe. Dyer and Saka, I think. Stone Size, Smith Rowe. Luca or Diaz? Luca. Tierney, Saka, Wilson. Oh, who's Luca? Lucas Moura? Oh, Lacazette, I guess that is. Tierney, Saka, Wilson, Diaz, Stones, Diaz, same. Sice, Tierney, Saka, Smith Rowe, Lacazette, or I think I prefer the second one with Wilson. What am I doing for Salah for Gameweek 19? Kane and Son to Antonio and Salah. Boom, lots of money in the bank. Best combo from Tierney. I mean, I could just not get Saka. That is the other option, of course, but I don't think I would do that. Best combo from Tierney, Holdings, Saka, Smith Rowe. I mean, combo? I don't know. How many do you need? You're with Tierney, Saka, and Naught in the bank. I mean, Tierney and Saka would be the best, yeah. Do I think Smith Rowe is a good, cheap alternative to Saka, trying to free funds for Rashford? I do, as long as you don't have to keep playing him after game. I wouldn't want to rely on Smith Rowe long term. If it lets you free up the funds for Rashford, it could be a good option now. Leno or Darlow on free hit? Leno, for sure. I just wouldn't want to back Newcastle too much. Pro Rocket, will Shaw play? If not, who for the same price? I would just probably go for Lindelof, just in case. Which one would you prefer for 18 and WILDCARD 19 on a bench who's wild on both? Lloris and Holding or De Gea and Dyer? De Gea and Dyer, you get an extra game out of that. Yeah, you get an extra game. Saka, Gundogan, Wilson, or Smith Rowe, Rashford, Fabio Silva. Probably the first one. Saka, Gundogan. Sice and Cancelo or Stones and Cancelo. Sice and Cancelo or Stones and Cancelo. Tierney to Cresswell for Gameweek 19. Yeah, potentially a good option. Cresswell's got really good fixtures. Like any West Ham defenders that are definitely going to start both are decent for the Gameweek 19. Have Kane and Lacazette up front. Is anyone better than Lacazette? You could just go for someone like Martial instead. Debatable whether he's better. I think Lacazette's a good punt this week. Dallas or Kyle Walker-Peters. For next week, Dallas, I think. Diaz, Cancelo or Diaz, Reguilon. Diaz and Cancelo. Yeah, I think I'd always back the double C. How long have we got until the deadline? We have got we have got 17 minutes. I did, by the way, I had to check out someone. So one of my patrons called Nick, he sent me a pretty cool team, and I just wanted to see if I could afford it. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can afford it. So it's this one. So Son. Okay, so he's got Smith Rowe. So that's where I did look at using Smith Rowe early on. God, he's so far down. And then Rashford. So no Kane. So you got Lacazette. Hang on, let me work this out. So I think the rest are the same. Wan-Bissaka so far. I've got Holden instead. He's got Cresswell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whoever this is. So I could go 8 million. So that's tricky though. I can't afford Martial or Lacazette, so it would probably have to be Wilson. Don't like the idea of that. Might not be so bad. That gives me 1.4 in the bank. Too many from Man United though, so I'd have to swap Areola. Nah, I think I prefer my team. I don't know about Areola. Smith Rowe I don't think is the worst player to bring in instead of Saka though. I think it's decent enough. Is anyone better than Lacazette? I think if you've got Lacazette, I don't think there's anyone better for the price necessarily. I did that already. Rashford or Neto? Rashford definitely. Stones over Cancelo? Not for me. Lloris, Laka, Martial, or David De Gea, Kane. Man United, Spurs, Burnley. Spurs, Man United, Arsenal. Probably the first one. Lloris, Lacazette, Martial. The second one's a bit more nailed on though. That's the only thing I would say. Diaz or Stones? Diaz for sure. -8, 2 perfect wildcard team or chip. -16 is a lot, right? And is it to your wildcard team, or there'll be further? If there's going to be further changes you want to make, I would probably just wildcard. -16 is a lot to do. Cancelo's only City defender, or just Diaz/Stones? Only defender. I'd probably just go Diaz just to be absolutely sure. Be a little bit of me worried if I just went for Diaz. I think. Why Wan-Bissaka and not Harry Maguire? Because I'm wildcarding, so. Harry Maguire's on four yellow cards. If he wasn't, I would go for Maguire, definitely. Would you back Arsenal or Spurs to score more? I think I might back Arsenal at this point. Foden blocked. Not sure what you mean. Why not Antonio over Wood for better double game? I'm getting Antonio next week. So it doesn't hugely matter. Might have it. I'm wildcard. I'm short by 1.4 when I copy your team. What should I do? Don't copy my team. Why are you copying the team? Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're going to cover the team, like that's just quite boring, isn't it? Can't believe you're using the wildcard this early. Yeah, me neither. A lot of people said that about Game Week 5 wildcard. That went all right. Granted, there's a lot more happening in the world right now than there was back in Game Week 5 in terms of disruption. But yeah, I to be honest, I'm not going to keep looking at Instagram. No. If it's something really quick, I'll have a look, but I'm not going to keep checking Instagram. But I don't see a message from you, so if I have to go and search the account, I'm not going to go searching for accounts while I'm streaming. Free hit: Leno, Stones, Cancelo, Dyer. Yeah, it looks good. Like all these free hit teams look good. I'm telling you now, like for anyone that puts in a super chat, if you've got a free hit team that's mostly covered by triple City, double or triple Spurs, Man United, Arsenal, you're probably fine. Like the only changes I would make to any of these teams to bring it into line with my team, and that's not the right way to choose, right? So in terms of like free hit teams, have you got any issues on those teams? No, definitely not. Aït-Nouri short or Lindelof? Aït-Nouri would be a nice punt, but otherwise Lindelof for safety, I think. Wilson and Wood or Martial and McGoldrick? Wilson and Wood or Martial and McGoldrick? Martial and McGoldrick probably is a little bit more interesting. Comment on your pinned tweet. I'll try and have a look after this. I don't want to go looking at other places like Instagram, Twitter when I'm streaming. I want a free hit: Stones or Fernandez? Stones by a mile. Kartik, Johnston, Martinez. What's the question? Let me look. I should really look at the question. Thoughts on the team? Plan to swap Laka and Son, Salah and Antonio for double game. Okay, so it's a wildcard team. So as long as you got enough, you haven't got a goalkeeper for this week. That's the only thing I would say. That's not necessarily a bad thing if you're happy with the goalkeepers you got. It's something to consider. Otherwise, the rest of the team is looking pretty good. Am I worried about Man City players because their match versus Villa might get cancelled in Game Week 19? Not really. I think that means Villa would have to miss Spurs and Everton and Man City. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think they'll be fine by then. There's even a chance Villa play Everton. So, if anything, Villa could be under strength, and it's good for City. Smith Rowe and Diaz or Saka and Stones? Saka and Stones, I think. Sufi, thanks very much. Free hit double game week 26 and triple captain after the cup finals. Yeah, I think look, whether or not you should free hit in game week 26, let's worry about that closer to game week 26. But in terms of triple captaining, yes, there will be more double game weeks probably apart outside of 19 and 26. So there will be other chances to triple captain, which is why I'm not too worried about. If I have to use the free hit in 26, I'll triple captain in a different week. I'm not too bothered about that. Areola and Dyer or De Gea and Mitchell. Oof. Probably. I mean, Areola and Dyer, but then you're hoping for a 0-0. Oh, that's a horrible choice. Can you not go up a bit from Mitchell to like Holden and De Gea down to like, I don't know. I don't know. Probably De Gea and Mitchell. There's not much in it though. Maybe Areola and Dyer. Hope that Spurs get the clean sheet and Areola gets some save points. Darlow or Leno, definitely Leno. Rodrigo or Wood. I mean, Wood for this week at 19. Rodrigo is just for 19. Cuttle, thanks very much. With Gabriel back, would you go for Holden or Murray? Holden, I think. Obviously, we don't know for sure who's going to start, but I think Holden's going to keep his place. I think he started like 10 of the last 11 or 10 of the last 12 or something crazy like that. So, yeah, I think Holden will be fine. Obviously, there's a little bit of a worry. Like, if he doesn't start in 18, then I'm going to look like a right idiot. But we'll see. We'll see. I need to check if I'm definitely locked in. Also... excuse me, really need to stop using my voice today. It's absolutely killing. I think this is me. I can't believe I'm wildcarding in game week 18. I'm going to have to go more than half a season without a wildcard. Drink some water. I know, I really do, don't I? Sell Martinez for Davern Hair for -4, free hitting in game week 19. I don't know if I would do that for -4. If you're not going to need the hair for 19 because you can free hit, I don't think I would do that. Lloris and Smith-Rowe, Ramsdale and Saka. Lloris and Smith-Rowe, I think, for this week. Rodriguez starts, him over Wolves mid. I think I'd go for Neto over Rodriguez. I think there's a bit more upside. Rodriguez potentially without Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin is quite big, I think. Rodriguez is a great player, but I think I'd go for Neto. Zaha or Neto, I still think I'd go for Neto, to be honest. Oh, fan team. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. I've not done it. I've not looked. I've got 9 minutes. Oh, I should have looked. I should have looked earlier. Hang on. Oh, no. My team is going to be in bits. And I've got Bailly. Why did I bring in Bailly? I've got no goalkeeper. I've got Diaz, De Bruyne, Fernandes. That is it. Oh, my days. My team. Okay, let me do this really quickly. So, I need another Man City player. I'm going to take a massive hit and just hope for the best. Cancelo's 5.1. Stones is 5. I'm going Cancelo. 5.1's a bargain. I was going to get him originally as well, so that's a bit annoying. Zuma out. Grealish, Salah, Calvert-Lewin injured. Oh my days, I've got no players. I might just take a massive hit. I might just take a huge hit here. I don't know if I can think about this quick enough though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've got Kilman potentially. I need more defenders. Okay, I need Man United defenders. Where are you, Man United? Maguire 5.5, Lindelof 5.3, Shaw 5.1, Wan-Bissaka's 5.7. How did that happen? It's going to have to be Lindelof. Oh, that is disgusting. Strikers. I can't put Chris Wood in. I can't put Chris Wood in. Surely not. One, two, three, four, 5. Do I need... Is that not it, though? Hang on, this is a mess. Hang on. This is the time to panic. 200 grand at stake, and I'm just casually doing my team now. Okay. Buy out for Cancelo. How long we got? We got 6 minutes. Buy out for Cancelo. Right, that's one move done. What are... Oh, okay, so Martial and Rashford are both forwards in this. Man City midfielders. Sterling for 10.9 million. Oh, and I can't have Sterling. Oh, who's a good midfielder for this week and next? Man City, maybe. Spurs, maybe. Son is in. That lets me fun. Okay, let me just... Oh, missing the captain. De Bruyne. Fernandes. Okay, now let me see the team. I've still only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players potentially. Calvert-Lewin can go. Chris Wood's coming in. Chris Wood is in. Update the team. Confirm. I think I've probably got enough for a Man United defender now. I'm going to do that as well. I don't even know what the hit is at this point. Man United defender, welcome to the team. Wan-Bissaka, you're in. Update team. Confirm. We're just putting everyone in. Wan-Bissaka, get out of here. How do I... Why can't I... Oh, yeah. Okay, that's it, I think. So I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players for I don't know what hit. Who will I have coming back? Souček, Dallas, Bamford, Watkins, Grealish. I'm going to get a goalkeeper as well really quick. Got 5 minutes. Goalkeeper. I could get David De Gea. Man United, where are you? David De Gea, 5.2. You're in, mate. You're in. There's another hit. Let's see where we end up at the end of this. David De Gea, Cancelo, Diaz, Kilman, Fernandes, Son, De Bruyne at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players for a million hits. There you go. That'll do. I'm back in the game. Why Maguire? Okay, I've done why Maguire over Wan-Bissaka on free hit because I just the dream of the goal from a corner. That's about it. I don't think Wan-Bissaka's really got that much goal threat. Maguire or Lindelof, Maguire on a free hit, holding Souček or Smith Rowe or Loughton, holding Souček and Smith Rowe or Loughton Saka. I mean, it depends, right? The second one is better for the free hit. The first one's probably better for a wild card. Are you okay going double United defence who play Wood this season, or is it more long-term planning? Yeah, there's issues, like if Wood doesn't score. But if Burnley don't score, then okay, I've got Wood's 2 points, but I've at least got double Man United defence. My girlfriend broke up with me because of my love for FPL. Maybe you need to give up FPL. ESR, Lloris, and Tierney, or Saka, Leno, Sice. Saka, Leno, Sice thing. Is Shaw nailed on? I don't think he's nailed on enough. Like he's probably first choice, but Tellers will take minutes. This is your last minute reminder. Read over Wood. Nah, not happening. Carl, thank you very much. All right, apologies for that. You just had to watch me sort my fan team out in like 8 minutes. In like so many hits. I think I'm gonna have to wildcard. I probably should have wildcarded this week, but it's. The thing is, I like it. I just always forget to do it. And like, it's 200 grand at stake as well. I should be wildcarding in that. I should have absolutely wildcarded, but it's too late. There's no chips or anything like that, so I could wildcard again at some other point. Doodaloo. Am I bringing in Salah next week? Yes, but I guess I'm leaving my options open. I don't have to get Salah. But I could do. I bet I end up taking a -8 next week. 2-minute warning. Let me just triple check. I've got everything locked in. The wild card is on. I've definitely hit the wild card button, haven't I? Yeah, wild card active. This is the team. Double United defence. Could get ugly. Man United are playing tonight, of course, 8:15. It's Wolves versus Everton at 8:15. I've only got 3 players tonight. Chris Wood. No, 4 players, because Fernandes as well. Fernandes as well. Everyone thought you got news for your real team and made everyone panic. Yeah, sorry, no, I was just sorting my fan team squad out. So apologies for that. That is my fault. Your fan team, you can't wildcard to Gameweek 2. Okay, there you go then. I forgot, actually, yeah, no, sorry. I meant like if I had my first one. Yeah, but you're right. Okay, I can't wildcard yet. I've just taken loads of hits, so there we go. Job done. Okay, we've only got like 1 minute until the deadline, so make sure you're locked in. And his biggest mistake of the season live. Potentially, the thing is, like with the wild card, and again, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not even saying it's a great idea to do. For a lot of people, it probably isn't. But all I keep hearing is you're going to need it later on because there's going to be more double game weeks. Why are those double game weeks more important than now? Why are people happy to take hits now, but they don't want to take hits later on? Hits are no worse in game. Like if I have to take 2 or 3 hits before game week 26. What's the difference between doing that and doing this now? One of the differences, of course, is we might not know who's definitely doubling in Game Week 26 until late on, which could screw me. But if it's Liverpool, if it's Man United, if it's Man City, I'm already going to have those players in my team. So I don't think it's the end of the world. We'll see. This could be a massive mistake, and I could completely regret it. But it's too late now. It's done. So I'm not gonna sit here completely worrying about it for the rest of the night. It's done now. It could have. I've still got my free hit, I guess. So if I need to use that in a double game week, I can. So yeah, we'll see. By the way, right, there's a thing called Cyro in Ireland, which is like fibre. And they get you to sign up your address. It will tell you when it's there, and they constantly send you emails saying, "We've installed it to these many new houses, and your house is never on there." I absolutely hate those guys. I hate Cyro. Carlos, thank you very much. I deserve beer. No beer for me. I wish there was. Are we locked in? We're still not locked in yet. I'm so glad Game Week 18 is over. No, I'm not taking hits. I'm just talking about, like, people keep saying you should just take hits now. Why can't I just take hits later? We'll see. Maybe I'll need too many hits and I wish I'd saved my wild card. But depending on how Game Week 29 falls, potentially I'm free hit in Game Week 26 anyway. So I can get the perfect team. My main... okay. Something tells me Ben doesn't use Snapchat. My main hope is that I can just get through. The main thing is I just hope I can get through Game Week 19 and use my bench boost, because if I can't, then that is a killer. If the bench boost dies or I have to take lots of hits to do it, then that hurts. Tyler, thank you very much. Now it's locked. We are locked in officially. There we go. Wildcard is locked in. For new people, what have you done to my team? I have wildcarded that team. Elon Musk Starlink is your only hope. I'm getting fiber to the home. I'm telling you, 1,000 meg download. It's coming. I promise you. Wait till you hear the story of how it's all happened. I've got pictures. There's people outside my house who've been working on it. Kyle, how's it going? Thank you very much for signing up as a member. Good luck for 18-19. Good luck to you too. We'll obviously be back from like tomorrow onwards talking about Game Week 19. I might wait till Thursday to start talking about Game Week 19. But it's mental. It's definitely the internet. I promise you, it is definitely the internet that's causing the issues. Like, I don't need to be told what to get. I know what I need. I can't get it, but soon, fiber's coming. Right, I've got a new mic. I've got a stream deck. Look, I'm setting up. I've got a stream deck. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I've got a stream deck. I've got a new mic. It's just sat down there. So hopefully we can upgrade that. I'm getting some panels for the wall to upgrade the sound, to make it a little bit less echoey. I don't think the sound's that bad. New mic, new internet soon, hopefully. New. I was going to say new me, but probably not new me. Am I from Ireland? Yeah, and I'm not. I live in Ireland. I'm not from Ireland. I'm English, born in England, but I've lived in Ireland for like 8 years. Are you not able to get Imagine broadband? Trust me, Imagine is no better than what I have. I basically have I have basically an Imagine equivalent. That's it. So yeah, it doesn't start with 1,000 megs. They limit it to 300. Says who? That can't be right. Why would that be a thing? They're not going to say, "Oh, you can't have 1,000 megabytes for the first year." Why would that be a thing? I hope you're wrong, but maybe you're not. Kartik, keep Kane or swap for Vardy or Werner for Game Week 19. Kartik, come on. We need to wait till Game Week 19. I'd potentially swap if you got no other chance to do to Vardy or Werner for a bit of a punt, but don't worry about it now. We've just finished Game Week 18. Surely we're not already looking ahead to Game Week 19. Yeah, I live in Galway. Yeah. I don't ever really hide that I'm from that I live in Ireland, but everyone seems to be shocked when I say that. Yeah, the sound works fine because sound doesn't need that much of a good internet connection to transmit. It's the video that kills it. You know I need upload speed, but when I get 1,000 meg download, I'll get 100 meg upload. Annoyingly, they cap it in Ireland, so instead of, like, some places, if you get 1,000 download, you get 1,000 upload, but in Ireland you only get 100 upload. But 100 upload is much better than what I have right now, and it's more consistent because it's through fiber. So 1,000 down, 100 up. I could go 150, 30 up, or 500 down, 50 up. I'm going for the top. I don't care. Once I can get it, I'm doing it. 1,000 down, 100 up. That will be enough. And also the 1,000 down just helps with other stuff, like people using the internet for streaming and whatever. It's just not going to hurt what I'm doing right now. They did it for me. Limited my fiber to the home to 300 meg and 50 meg up. 300 down and 50 up. If they try that on with me, I'll tell you now, after I've waited this long, and don't get me wrong, 50 up would be massive, right? It would still be more than enough that I need, but they better not try that with me. I'll want the 1,000 down, 100 up, straight off. €80, €70 a month, whatever, I don't care. When is the fibre coming? So, oh my god, we can only get 300 for the first year. Now we can get 900, even though OpenReach says the line can do 1,000. Yeah, I know, I get that sometimes it says up to and you don't, but if they stop me getting 300, I need to check that out. Speaking as a network engineer, you don't need more than 110 for a stream. Trust me, I need more. I need it consistent, right? 110 is fine. I don't have that right now, but I don't care. I'm going for the 1,000 down, 100 up. I don't care. We're having it. 300 down still. No, I don't care. I'm having the 1,000. I don't care if I don't need it. It's happening. Am I alright? You're coughing a lot. Yeah, it's my throat is hurting because I've done so many videos today. Yeah, by the way, subscribe if you're new around here. Hit that like button. You spotted me around Dominic Street, quite possibly, yeah? No one cares about your download speed. That is so untrue. Everyone cares. They want to see a they want to see a non-laggy stream. Yeah, we could probably do a Galway meetup at some point. Tyler, can you use transfers and then free hit in the same week? No. 1,000, yeah, that's amazing. The thing is, like, 1,000 down is just handy because my kid's got a TV in his room now. We're just not even talking about FPL now. Kid's got a TV in his room, so everything he does is streamed. I obviously do a lot of streaming. We've got Netflix, all this stuff. I just want the highest possible, you know. Yes, when I get internet to be able to stream, I will be playing some games like FIFA. I don't know if I'm going to suddenly start streaming regularly playing games, but I definitely want to do that. Yeah, look, I totally get the fact that 300 download and 50 upload is more than enough. Like, I fully get that, don't worry. But the higher the better for me, because sometimes I'm bottlenecked when I try and upload videos. Like, I'll record a video and it almost takes the same time to upload it as it does to bloody record it. Do I have a life outside of FPL? Not really. It's COVID. Like, I'm just in all the time. I love Galway. Yeah, I've lived here for nearly 9 years. In fact, yeah, virtually 9 years now. Wi-Fi equipment is also important. I'm literally hooked up Ethernet straight into the modem. The thing with fibre is jitter and latency spikes. I mean, fibre to the home is about as good as you can get. I think after that, you're not just not that worried, right? I might have to go through Powerline, but that's one of the reasons I want to get 1,000 down. It's never enough when you get hit with a 200 gig download. What are you downloading for 200 gig? But that's what I mean, like games and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, like this has just turned into this is just turned into broadband chat. I'm PS4. Will I create a third channel for your video game streaming? I don't know. Let's get the fibre first. I'm already not liking the fact that I've just talked about fibre so much, because if it doesn't happen now, I'm gonna look like another idiot, like an idiot again. But I'm hoping it comes. Mine says up to 1,000, but I only get 300. But make sure what package you're on, you know? Do you do a vocal warm-up at the start of the day? I do not. Right. The way you look at your watch when I answer it. I know I was looking at the date, to be fair. I was looking at the date. Okay. I think let's talk ISPs. Exactly. Yeah, let's leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Do I know Seamus? I do, yeah. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I will catch you again soon for some more videos. Deadline stream on Saturday. Happy days. And hopefully the fiber's coming. You've only got to put up with this rubbish for a few more weeks, hopefully. Maybe months. We'll see. Good luck in Game Week 18. The wildcard's done. I'm almost in tears. Let's hope it works out all right. If not, Game Week 19 just around the corner. See you later all.